Well, DJ Academics, talks about being a snitch and other things right here.
I don't really respond to threats lightly. I report all threats to the goddamn police. That they know who to arrest. If I ever can't point a nigga out, and they're like, just go get that nigga. And I told y'all niggas. Fuck that. Okay, but I'm gonna go about this. Anyway.
Wow. Did he just say that? Point that dude out. I'm going to get him.
After that, I chose not to post him. Me and him. His head saying, threatening me. I don't really respond to threats lightly. Actually, I report all threats to the goddamn police. That they know who to arrest. If I ever can't point a nigga out, and they're like,
wow. I'm sending all them threats to the police.
His hand saying, threatening me. I don't really respond to threats lightly. Actually, I report all threats to the goddamn police. That they know who to arrest. If I ever can't point a nigga out, and they're like, just go get that nigga. And I told y'all niggas. Fuck that. Okay, but I'm gonna go about.
Yep. This guy said, but I thought he got Teriyaki Snitch 9. The gangster's gangster of all. He Treyway, right? Why you running to the cops?
His hand saying, threatening me. I don't really respond to threats lightly. Actually, I report all threats to the goddamn police. That they know who to arrest. If I ever can't point a nigga out, and they're like, just go get that nigga. And I told y'all niggas. Fuck that. Okay, but I'm gonna go about this. Anyway. After that, I chose not to post him. Me and him, we really didn't have words like that. We, of course, saw him on Philly radio mention something. But, you know what I mean? I kind of wrestled with the decision whether to start posting on my Instagram, especially as his case went along, because I did update on YouTube, and I will always cover musicians on YouTube, whether they like me or not, if they are relevant to culture. But on Instagram, since he had a problem with that, I didn't cover him, but I kind of wrestled with that decision as it felt like he was getting more and more desperate to get out of jail. It looked like more and more there was a rallying cry to say, hey, for him to get out or for this case to really be examined, voices in just media or entertainment had to be loud enough to bring his case to the forefront that people could examine it. So it was about 2 or 3 times I was about to post him, but I didn't. Because again, I always think about the flip side. Yeah, you post this and great, he gets out. Like, nah, I post him, he got out. Great. But then what happens if Meek gets out, sees Safari or sees anybody he doesn't like and punches him straight in the mouth? Do I not report that? So that's one of the things I was weighing on. Should I repost it on Instagram? It's just Instagram. On YouTube, I try to do it as it is. But regardless, Meek is out. The amount of support that he's gotten, and I can imagine he's humbled. He looks and he sounds, because I read a statement, sounds humbled by the support he gets, despite whatever his music was about. Even sometimes he might have promoted violence. He admitted himself that he was going to stop rapping about violence. He understands that so many people looks up to him. The moves he makes from here on out will be very important. You got out because the justice system was deemed to be unfair. It's almost your duty to make sure you shine that light on others that don't have as much money as you, that don't have all the opportunities, and don't have Robert Kraft, the Sixers owner, the governor of Pennsylvania, and a multitude of other celebrities to speak out for them. So Meek, that is, I believe, an obligation of Meek. You don't got to pay for everybody's lawyers or whatever, but to shine a light on the justice system and not just dissing them in a song, but to give the attention to the justice system where other people could benefit as well. So I do, I mean, I'm watching him from there on out. Okay. All that rap beef stuff, I would hope he's not getting out thinking about a rap beef. Drake almost extended him an olive branch, basically saying, yo, you're locked up. Fuck all that shit. I think it's an injustice being done. So I would imagine he's not coming out like, man, fuck Drake, right? What other issues did he have? The game wasn't like everybody. It felt like all the rap beefs that kind of was circulating him pretty much kind of all fell back once he got locked up. So I would imagine that when he's out now, he's not still pursuing that. But even with that, Meek Mill is one of those people, and he's the example. And you know what I mean? I'm talking about, I'm trying to address everything tonight. But this is one of the, when keeping it real goes bad. I always thought that. I thought it multiple times. I remember when Meek Mill There was a time me and his team's relationship was never always bad. It was actually pretty good at one point. They always knew I was a Drake fan. Drake is my favorite rapper. Period. I would compromise it. Like if you're one of those guys where just because a rapper hits you up and you say who your favorite, you can't tell him that your favorite is a guy he doesn't like. You're not real. So I told him, I said, Drake's my favorite, but I'm gonna try to call it as fair as I can and put out information on that. But anyway, remember having multiple conversations, and you'll see where I'm getting to with this. Remember having multiple conversations with them when the Drake beef just started, because for them, they were very confused about what they deemed real life versus online. Okay? They were saying, yo, we the chasers, we the realists. Like, we're about this and all that. This other person we're dealing with, he's not from the same cloth as us. He doesn't have to live to the same code. He's doing these other things that's not even being questioned by other people, when if this went down in the streets, it would be. This is what his team told me directly. We had multiple conversations, even conversations where 50 started going at him. Meek, again, I'm only reporting because I'm not in those streets with him, nobody. But I'm reporting from what I'm hearing from these people who say they're in the streets, they're in the trenches. And told me like, yo, it's a different time. 50 is 50. We love him and all that. But 50 don't want it like that with us. And again, I'm not saying this to incite shit. Please don't take it like that. I believe they also squashed whatever issues they had. They have mutual people between them. But I say it because of this. What I said to Meek's team back then, specifically his manager, is what I still hold true now. I said, you guys absolutely have this fucked up. The streets are not the industry. And if you think you're going to operate an industry like the streets and get the respect like you're in the streets, you're wrong. What might be respected in the streets, in the industry, is clown. You're actually stupid. You're fucking up money. You're fucking up your freedom. You're fucking up these many different things. So, and again, I'm not saying that they told me these things, because they did not, in the sense of saying, hey, what, like, wait, how is this an L? But from a street perspective, if somebody could correct me if I'm wrong, but that was the impression that I got. From the street perspective, they said, okay, niggas was popping shit, whatever, ghostwriter, blah, blah. No, I told the truth. Nigga has a ghostwriter. Okay, I see his ghostwriter quitting. He said something. He's like defending it like he's never ghostwritten. But we had a whole conversation with you saying you wrote for him. So now you're lying. You're making me look like some type of hater, blah, blah, blah. We did catch you. You called your ghostwriter and you admitted that you did it. You just wouldn't like work with us, per se. But now you're putting out letters saying whatever. Now, I'm fast forward because I want to be long with this. An incident happened with Quentin Miller. Not gonna lie, the internet gave Meek an L for that. You can imagine Meek and his team was pretty confused. Wait, how are we getting an L for this? Y'all say y'all want the real shit. A nigga lied on us, because we told the truth and he's backtracking, defending his mans. We stepped to him. How's that an L for us? And I mean, of course, again, I don't rest on the street side. Y'all always gotta know that. I might give that perspective because I hear people mention it, but I don't rest on the street side. I don't think it's honorable at all to ever put hands on Quentin Miller. That is not cool. But the streets and how street niggas move is differently when they're looking at something that's beef. Other things happen, right? When they mention, they're like, wait, why are people more focused with it's a world tour, your girl tour? We mentioned facts. Homie got pissed on. Like that's some shit in the street you get clowned for forever. Yeah, people don't care about he got pissed on. You're operating on the streets, but you're looking for internet approval. And that's my whole thing. And I'm going to get to another topic because I started here to go there. Okay? Those little stuff, I'm sorry. But I do believe it led to other things that happened in terms of beef. The 50 thing, glad nothing happened there. They squashed it from what I heard. The Safari thing, We all saw that play out. Safari's getting hands put on him. I think Meek got an L on, like publicly on the internet. Got an L on that too. Yo, you taking L's. So he's looking at it, and I can imagine his team was like, wait, we're doing street shit. If niggas got problems and they talk shit to us, by the way, Safari did say, Meek, I want to box you. Street niggas ain't into organized boxing. They're thinking, all right, you want to fight. Whatever happens, we saw what happened. Meek and his team is confused. Anyway, I say all that to say, Meek does a bunch of stuff that I believe, not no one else told me, I believe he's moving as how street niggas in rap would move. Every time he does one of those things, the internet looks at him and says, L, you're stupid. I believe he continues, and I believe, of course, I know we all, even Drake fans, not free Meek, but let's be clear. When during the height of their beef, Drake fans called the same judge to report on Meek to say lock him up. So let's just be clear. So anyway, Meek gets locked up. And my overall takeaway is that Meek wasn't moving right regardless. I know some people that we trivialize it, and I won't say trivialize it, but we look at it like, yo, how we get locked up for a wheelie and breaking up a fight? I could go into both situations, but I really don't want to because I'm glad that he's out. But keep in mind, he's getting into a fight because people are agitating him in real life. Remember, you always say, y'all say that shit online, y'all don't say it in real life. From what I heard about the St. Louis incident, which is one of the reasons he went to jail, yeah. All them little online jokes niggas had about me that he never hears in life because it's true. Like, I have niggas on Twitter trolling me. I've never seen one. And actually, I almost saw one recently. And like, I was, where was I at? They said something to me, and I was good. I was like, we sat there. It was like, what's up? Nothing happened. No, it's not no tough guy stuff, but like, usually what you see online is not what happens in person. And that's why Meek always said real life versus the internet. Anyway, I say that to say, I believe some of those things got Meek to get locked up. This industry rap shit is so different from what's street. And it's so hypocritical because when you do oftentimes the shit that people claim you're not real because you don't do, or you're whatever, they clown you. And again, I'm going to segue from this Meek thing because that was really all a setup for this. Recently, I've been looking at a lot of people with their analysis of stuff that's been going on in New York City. If you don't know, 6ix9ine and Casanova, they're beefing. From what I have heard through TMZ and what police are absolutely confirming, there's been multiple shootouts. You know what? And I've seen some people that were a little critical of my commentary on the fact that there was a shot fired in the Barclays because I said this is the beginning of the end for 6ix9ine. And they're like, yo, you're supposed to be his friend. You know how he said, I'm gonna be a gangster, but I'm not stupid? Nigga, I might be a friend, but not only will I also do my job, I'm not stupid. I always told y'all niggas what's up. I've told 6ix9ine multiple times. And again, I have no idea what went down. I do not know who did what. I don't know I know nothing about that really. But what I do know is that at times when the internet, and that's what I keep telling people, the internet, and that's why I started with Meek, because I'm showing you how the internet affected him and his team. The internet, I'm not blaming the internet, don't get it wrong, but I'm showing you how the internet affects people. I've talked to 6ix9ine before. I told him, I said, 6ix9ine, these niggas, like, you can't be online proving you're a gangster. Nobody cares. if they see how you look, they're not going to want to change their beliefs. You have to stop. Do what you do and make your music, get your money. You being gangster is worth nothing. Not monetarily. Maybe it does keep up an image. Okay, I might be wrong on that. Maybe it does keep up an image. But you really proving it does nothing. Because what happens is what I've seen happen in the last 2 days. The same people who said 6ix9ine is pussy, he's not a gangster, he's a bitch, he's representing gang life incorrectly, not about anything he raps about, complete fraud, rainbow hair clown, everything else in between. This is not rumor or innuendo. First of all, everybody, like a lot of people who know around New York, I said that from day one since I met them niggas. Well, the first day I interviewed 6ix9ine, I seen the niggas with him. I seen the whole shit. I said, okay, I get it. But for everybody, that was a blah, blah, blah. Now, the conversation changes because you know what happened? Niggas will want you to prove yourself until you do. And then when you do, you're dumb. You can't win with the internet. Not being gangster. That's why I tell people, you gotta leave that shit alone. I told 6ix9ine, you gotta leave that shit alone. You can't let that shit bother you. You know why? Let me rewind you to a little bit. Yams Day. From what I heard, Casanova was not at Yams Day. There was a separate situation that occurred at Yams Day that caused that shit to get shut down. There was some fights and all that type of stuff. 6ix9ine's crew was there. Were they involved? I have zero idea. However, the word quickly spread online saying that what happened is that 6ix9ine saw Casanova and Casanova was chasing him and beat him up, blah, blah, blah. They were clowning 6ix9ine. Shit, 6ix9ine called me because he was trying to make sure I got the story. Like, that nigga was not even there. And I'm like, why do you care so much about what niggas online are saying if it's not true? It's not true. If it's not true, it's not true. But niggas wanted to confirm their own beliefs that this nigga is a bitch, whatever. Whatever, one guy is chasing him, beating him up, whatever. Yeah, that was the story. Go back on Twitter and search. People are having a ball believing that 6ix9ine got beat up by Casanova at Yams Day. From what I heard, Casanova was not there. He also cleared that up. Fast forward to in the last 7 days. I'm going by what is being reported. I know nothing else. I have spoken to 6ix9ine, but I don't talk about, don't tell me about your shootings, my nigga. The feds might have your phone tapped. Don't. Please don't. Because academics hold on to pressure. So let's talk about sales. Me and him were talking about if it was going 6 for 6. Everything else, I just say, you good? I hear a yes. Actually, we talk about double XL too. But anyway, it comes to this point. There's reports that there's been multiple attempts at shooting at Casanova by 6ix9ine or 6ix9ine's crew. And this is why, you know what I mean? And I haven't had this discussion with him yet because I don't know the legalities behind it. I don't know the facts behind it. And I don't want to talk to anybody who's getting investigated about the shit they're getting investigated about. Truth be told. But if this does blow over, what I will tell them is that, do you see why you're really dumb? Because when people heard, which was proven true within a couple of hours, or proven false within a couple of hours, that you were getting beat up and chased, everybody loved it. But now when people hear that you might be getting investigated for you or your crew shooting at somebody else, you're dumb. You can't win with the internet. And I'm connecting the Meek and 6ix9ine story like that because I just think it's unfortunate. I do believe that people look online and they feel like the people online will change their narrative based on their actions. No, niggas are gonna think whatever they want. They don't like you. That's why they think you're not gangster, my nigga. When you do something, okay, great, you're going to jail. We're happy you're going to jail. It's not that you're real. If somebody else does something to you, they'll say free that guy, and they'll call you an idiot, or they'll say yourself. That's how it goes. So that is pretty much my whole take on those two incidents. I wish the very best for everybody involved. I have two segues to go into, and I'm super clear-headed. I know I'm going a little tangent, but I'm really getting to shit. I don't want to hear anybody really get at Akademiks saying my platform is fueling or doing whatever to whoever. I want to be very clear. This recent spark up, I want to be very clear. This recent spark up of 6ix9ine and Casanova absolutely came from the comments that was said on Joe Budden's show, The Pull Up, where Charlamagne the God, Wayno, Joe Budden, Mano, and Casanova were on. Because recently, I've seen the popular narrative is to say Akademiks is the instigator. The last thing I've ever put out about 6ix9ine and Casanova was when 6ix9ine came on here, and I said, do y'all have beef with Casanova? And they said, no, Casanova's cool. We can do a song with him. I said, cool. That's it. Great. No beef. Let's go. I don't want to have beef here. And I know, by the way, I will admit, Casanova did not go to the pull-up, I believe that's the name of the show, with like a beef type energy. But clearly that energy existed where a nigga see, yo, this nigga keep talking about me, knowing we got issues, whatever it is. So I'll leave that where it is. Again, to both guys, 6ix9ine, stupid, my nigga. Stupid, bro. You're stupid. Again, I've sat in the studio with you. I've sat in the studio with your homies, and I've looked at all of them and I said, anything happens to this young man right here, I blame y'all. And I sat and I looked at him and I said, anything that happens to these other young men right here, I blame you. The reason why I said both of those is that I said, 6ix9ine, you are the moneymaker. You will be the person that most likely will be bringing them into situations where they don't have problems with the other people. When you're talking that tough shit and the niggas got to be behind you to back it up, yeah, you're bringing them to a deadly situation in Houston. You're bringing them to a deadly situation in LA. And they may be used to these deadly situations, but I need for you to know you're on the biggest platform now in the world. You're a celebrity. There's no celebrity criminals. They might have had issues with niggas way before and shit get handled. Nobody knows. You're a fucking star. Everybody looks at when you trip. There's a report about it. So I look at him and I told him, I said, you are responsible for all these men's lives. And if they ever get locked up, you're also responsible. I looked at them and I said, if y'all know this is your meal ticket, if he gets snuffed by anybody, just keep in mind your meal ticket might be done. So y'all niggas need to protect him with your life. It's a mutual thing. We all know what it is. So I say 6ix9ine is dumb in this situation because you don't want to keep. I blame both parties. I blame 6ix9ine and blame Casanova. Casanova. I keep saying that wrong. You don't want to keep intensifying an issue. 6ix9ine has done it. My nigga, I've heard 2 Casanova songs in life, but I've seen about 20 of his podcasts. He talks about 6ix9ine in all of them. And again, whether you guys knew it or not, clearly was some issue there, which I don't know the depths of it or whatever. So if me and you don't get along, you're talking about me on every broadcast, and you're using that to fuel your song. So very sad situation. I wish these two could talk it out. Clearly, it's beyond that point. The reason why I said this is the beginning of the end is because the police is involved. Arrests will be made. And I hope that both sides, the way how they're carrying themselves in this macho, this talking very freely about shootouts and whatever with guns. You're not in Chicago, you're in New York City. You're not allowed to have a gun. And when they catch you with a gun, or when they tie you somehow, we saw what happened to Bobby Shmurda, when they catch you in a situation like that, they're giving niggas football years. I even said it wrong on my video until it got edited. I realized, wow, I was so wrong. Bobby Shmurda dudes who kind of got wrapped up in the Miami shooting and some New York Rico shit, they got 98 years. They're not giving out 10, 15 of those people. They're giving out lifetimes. Okay? So I say that to only say I believe it's a sad situation. If you're wondering by the tone of my voice or my speech, 6ix9ine and me were homies. But if y'all niggas dick ride your friends and let them walk into the path of destruction, y'all not friends. You're not friends. Everything I'm saying now, I've told that nigga. Everything. I even said on Everyday Show, I started saying, I said, yo, some of this gangster shit is like unnecessary. You know why? Your audience is not even gangsters. It's 13 to 18 or 20-year-olds, mostly Caucasian. What are you doing? Why do you need to beef with street niggas unless y'all really command the same audience if this is music? Y'all would never run into each other outside of music. But again, I can only advise people. I can't force anybody to do anything. And that's why I try to give that objective commentary. I know sometimes people, and I've seen, and that's why I've lashed out against them. Anytime them niggas have said that, I will get at you because number one, you're a hypocrite. And it will spin me off to my next topic. Number one, you're a hypocrite. And number two, you niggas are as much to be blamed as me. And I can name a bunch of reasons. Y'all, now, the frustration with most of y'all is that there's a new wave of media going on. There's a new wave of rappers that don't hit y'all radar, but y'all are forced to talk about for clicks and views that y'all do concern yourself with. And when y'all have no type of access to it, y'all blame the person who y'all feel oversees it, me. But I won't take that. My platform is too big to sit here and take it from y'all. So let me get to my next point. It's very ironic and again, I like to not know, even though I'm speaking for myself, I like to get both sides. Charlamagne, you know how badly I disliked how you put that little narrative in the air. When something happens to 6ix9ine, blame Akademiks. No, you don't, nigga. Unless you're taking a full blame for it, tax stone, you've never done that. I've said that before. But even then, and again, I understand some of these are jokes. I do. When you want to put out there, though, like I am the only person to have a rapper that I'm cool with, a rapper that you kick it with, stop it. All y'all niggas, and I can expose every single one of y'all. I'm just waiting for y'all to say it because I got the info. I can't do that. I got the info. And I got the platform. I could do it to you too. So when y'all say that, I like to tell y'all, when y'all try to point out something about me, think about yourself. You have way more history in this industry than me. You can point at me with one rapper. I can point at y'all with a lot. But anyway, and Ebro comes into this too. By the way, and Charlamagne, he's funny. He's a great guy, by the way. He's a great guy. There's no beef with Charlamagne. I love Charlamagne. He's a great guy. But, you know what I mean? Professionally, I got to stand my own. I'm not getting little nigga by nobody. I keep telling y'all that. The whole thing, the DR shit and whatever. I guess I'm hanging with Tekashi. Cool, you're not going to hang with Tekashi, but if Yeezy summons you to fucking Calabasas, you're there. You're fucking there. So the same way, outside the same way how I first met with 6ix9ine was an interview. Yeah, that nigga summons you to Calabasas, you were there. TMZ called y'all. The difference is, I just don't give a fuck. I'll go on live with that nigga and we'll be dancing on some dumb shit. I don't care what niggas be thinking. No one would have knew you did that shit until TMZ caught you. Nothing wrong with it because you have an interview out of it. But there's not much difference. So you got to stop at. It's I hate when niggas be acting like this is the different mold. Now quickly switch to Ebro. I heard him and Rosenberg speaking about me. And they mentioned, why would you tie your wagon to 6ix9ine? I didn't tie my wagon to 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine is the homie, but I'm Akademiks. I'm here with or without him. By the way, he's here with or without me. I'll give him his proper credit. This can't be the same Ebro who I saw begging Yeezy to get flown out and begging for a job from Kanye. You see, you niggas is so selective. When it's Tekashi and he don't fuck with y'all, it's a big problem. Oh, you don't fuck with y'all. So, okay, let's hate on him. And the guy he does fuck with, this nigga can't be. But the guy who y'all know y'all couldn't get to, y'all can't wait to get to your station, you want him to fly you out. You want to get a job. I'm not even mad at that. I'm just showing you that in every situation you try to put me out there, there's that nigga tweeted it out to let us know.
I gotta let you know who he is. Gotta let you know who he is.
And I'm going into it already. I won't get into it again. The millions of artists, and I mean, I kind of covered it before. The millions of artists that's held Hot 97 neck tight for y'all to do what they want you to do, or them to do, or you to do actually.
Now you get to know what we talking about.
So when y'all see that I go kicking with one rapper, and I feel a certain type of way, that's not why you feel some type of way. I see the numbers rising, and then y'all say, let's try to make him seem a little bit. I guess Stark put this word in there, compromise. I don't know about y'all words. I don't know. Y'all done the same thing. Hot 97 has Jay-Z's nuts in their mouth. This is a fact. They had Jay-Z's nuts straight down their throat when he was beefing with Nas. Ask Nas. I could pull the interview up right now. So I never want to hear from these media personalities getting at me again. I just want to tell all of them. When you mention me in some type of derogatory, like I'm doing something that you have never partook in, or, oh, Akademiks is getting close to an artist, I'm glad we never got close. Are you kidding me, nigga? Y'all niggas are fucking begging niggas to get flown out, accepting bottles, whatever. Even, and again.
Oh, he went at Charlemagne.
Personally, but I like to defend myself on a professional level.
You accepting bottles?
Charlemagne giving himself don't get today for the Kanye thing, because you know why? Yeah, you look crazy.
Man. He getting savage.
Yeah, it's like if I did an interview with Tekashi and he came out saying, "Oh man, I just love 13-year-olds." Yeah, I would look crazy. Yeah. If there was a don't get a day for what I did, yeah, I would have to give myself don't get a day. You were defending him 3 days before until you said, "Oh shit, I got to separate myself from him." But it was interesting to see the little tit for tat with Ebro and Charlemagne. Both of them are fucking. It's like easy me. That's why when I posted on my Instagram, I said, "Oh, I'm glad Charlemagne got his Tekashi now." Same shit, nigga. You're able to see Kanye's point of view even more. You know why? Because you fucking talk to the motherfucker and you've been around him. Is that biased? You should have gave Kanye donkey today today. You know why? That nigga was the one who's fucking putting up his Trump hat and all that. But you didn't. You gave yourself. But anyway, that's that. But it was cute seeing it. I think he called Ebro Hope for like begging to get flown out. I would just say with whatever, because I heard Charlemagne say that before, in a joking way, with me and 6ix9ine with the DR thing. Charlemagne, what do you call like asking niggas for $100 at interviews? Just saying. Let's be consistent, man. Again, I love all these media personalities. Most of them are legends. I am honored when I am in the discussion with them. Always believe that. But trust me, it's past the point where like when these niggas say some fucking bullshit that I'm like, oh yeah, no nigga. You know what I mean? You know when niggas be like, oh, so and so is right. No, he wasn't. I'll expose the hell out of him and show he was fucking wrong. No, nigga. All right? You don't see me with Takashi. Takashi just gave his mom 40,000. You ever see me with Takashi? Let me get $100, bro. I see you with the stack. Get the fuck out of here, man. But I'm not gonna call that whole behavior because I understand the comedy of it. I understand what it is. You feel me? I'm like, you're a fucking millionaire. Like, you don't need that. Okay? Okay. Just hitting out with the facts. So it was fun watching these personalities like fucking like, oh, yo, yeah, let me get your dick. Oh, no, let me get no. Okay. Anyway, beyond that, Kanye, my only takeaway from his bullshit is that I don't know why people are surprised. I think Black Twitter do look to these entertainers as spokespersons, and I know people rocking sneakers. I guess this is almost the equivalent, and that's why I guess I understand why you compare him to Michael Jordan. Imagine when Michael Jordan had all that power and influence, which he still does, by the way. But imagine when he was in the league and he was playing. And when people asked him to speak out on his political beliefs, and he said no, because Democrats and Republicans buy sneakers too, I could only imagine if he had just came out of that point and said, man, I only fuck with Republicans and fuck what the black people think about me. I don't care. I can imagine his sneaker sales would matter, or people who buy sneakers would feel very conflicted. So people are feeling conflicted about Kanye. Now, I've known this about Kanye forever. Everybody who says they don't know or they haven't known this about Kanye forever kind of makes me think, what the fuck is up with you? Like Kanye West, ever since he's got with the Kardashians, this nigga he's been conservative. He has had conservative opinions, and he has been rocking with many people of that belief. So when he's now coming out and tweeted, it's nothing surprising to me. It's only surprising to me from a PR standpoint, because I do believe on a music side, he's so confident in his music that he's saying, fuck what y'all think, because when the music comes, y'all be back on my dick.
That's right. He's a hoe in real life.
I tweeted that, so some people got upset. Again, I am not here to ever care about a...
You talk real strong on the Twitch, though, don't he?
Political. Okay, I mean, I'll criticize it, but I'm not hurt over it. Everybody has their own voice, and if you guys just don't know, and most people don't admit, I will give Kanye a little credit for his bravery, and I know he keeps saying this freedom of speech. I give him credit for his bravery. I would probably say at least half of these rappers, once they made $10 million, they're Republican now. A lot of times politics comes down to money. People start looking at shit differently when you're in a different tax bracket. People start looking at things differently when you live a different lifestyle. And shit, I mean, a homie lives in Calabasas, bro. I can't imagine we doing a survey of Calabasas and finding out that we have a bunch of people who fucked with Bernie Sanders over Trump. I just can't believe that. I can imagine people over there, they're caring about things like taxes, fucking staying away from Negroes, fucking like property shit. Like they care about shit that Republicans care about, because their whole thing is money and fucking like small government and let's make more. So when I hear Kanye speak about a lot of issues, even in fashion, feels like he's on some conservative shit. And I think a lot of people got fooled when he tried to use like a Democratic like talking point in the sense of, hey, they won't let us in and whatever, or like he tried to kind of almost use the Black Lives Matter thing when he was saying, yo, I can't get in to fucking sell clothes. But Kanye to me has always been a Republican, and he's always been conservative. For the people who are alarmed now, I look at them and say, what's so surprising? Now, a lot of people will say, let me answer my own question, I know. Well, he's a guy who made Jesus Walks. He's a guy who made Never Let Me Down. He's a guy who was rapping about his mom being under these conditions. That was a very long time ago. Kanye West has been the person who was very non-vocal while Trump was running. He was the guy who met with Trump. He was the guy who, after his speech or his conversation, well, it was on the marathon when he said, George Bush don't fuck with black people. And when he got into some other things, who knows what happened, but especially when he met the Kardashians, his life changed. Why would I ever think that he would be the person who still felt the same way about those same songs he made back then, when he lived this different life, when he lived in a different environment, when he was around different people? These days, Kanye West probably, his only interaction with urban communities or the hood is probably the motherfuckers that come in to work on music with him, and he's probably ripping off their ideas. Love Kanye, but let's call it spade a spade. These days, he's hanging out at fashion shows in Paris. He talked about how bad he went to fucking intern. The nigga was almost 40. He wanted to intern for fucking, and no disrespect about my Caucasians who even support me. Like, he wanted to intern for some Caucasian fashion designer just over there on some, yo, let me just try to get in. I seen him in a fucking car, like in a, I believe it was like a Maybach. Fucking, there was some designer nigga right next to him eating, and Kanye West was holding their bowl. Kanye West has shown us exactly who he is. Why are we surprised now? He's not showing me anything different. So every time when I post on Instagram about what he's doing, I'm sarcastic because I've known this. There's a hell of people. My only thing is I commend his bravery, even though I could disagree or whatever. I commend his bravery because there's a lot of other motherfuckers that will either stay quiet or speak out against something they actually believe. Kanye West ain't the only one supporting Trump. Most of these motherfuckers be supporting Trump. Trust me. Kanye West the only one who's out here letting his nuts hanging, defending it. But Kanye West has been showing us what he is. Am I mad at Kanye West? No, because I don't give a fuck about what Kanye West says in related to that. And the crazy thing is because I think I said something on Twitter or Instagram, and I said, yo, when his music comes, people will forget about this. And people say, oh no, we'll never forget this. Stop it. Stop it. You will. You will. You know why you will forget about it? You will forget about it because you did forget about some of the blasphemous stuff that we heard from Lil Wayne, right? We heard that from Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is the one who said, stop asking about that Black Lives Matter shit. All lives matter. And we forgot about that when we thought that Birdman took $51 million from him. We all root for Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne's our guy. He's a legend to us. So we forget about the dumb shit and the crazy shit that he says. Same thing when we forget about it what Yeezy says. Let's not get it confused. Wayne did everything except stop short of saying, I fuck with Trump. Yeah, he just says he fucks with Trump. He's not even saying, oh, all lives matter. Or I haven't heard that. Or I haven't heard that from him yet. I'm just saying, there's a lot of these niggas who lean conservative, they blend in with this, oh, fuck Trump shit, because they know what their fans want. Yeah, he's going against his fan base and everything. And maybe this is some genius promo campaign, but I don't know. Anyway, it's interesting to see that. I love him exposing everybody who's fucking dissing him on radio, but sucking his dick in text message. That's crazy. Entertainers who's like, yo, you can't do this, you can't do this. Well, since you got his attention, promo my single. I kind of like that he's doing that. But this is a Kanye I've kind of realized we've had it for the last 2 to 3 years. Why is everybody shocked? Who the fuck thought Kanye voted for Hillary? Did you? And by the way, to the Kardashians, why the fuck are they acting like they're on some wholesome shit? Like, oh no, we don't agree with Kanye. Nigga, stop it. Kanye got those beliefs by hanging out with y'all. Not necessarily I agree with it, but the lifestyle y'all live, which is not connected to the real community he is from, will have a nigga thinking like that. Y'all don't come from the struggle that would make him realize that some of the stuff he's saying, that's not really supportive of people like him. So he starts hanging out with y'all and he loses grip of these struggles. Yes, he will get that thinking, even if y'all don't directly give it to him. But that's it on my, I don't really give a fuck too much about that. It was just very interesting with all of that. Okay. Anyway, is there anything I did not address? Listen, I do want to, by the way, just some quick stats on Blues Clues. You guys are so amazing. 1.5 million in the first week. You guys have humbled me. The chat niggas are so amazing. And, you know, today I seen some shit where somebody tweeted me and they were like, man, I don't know. It was like, yeah, I don't care how much Twitter hate academics. I fuck with them. And I clicked into that tweet to see like another tweet that they were responding to. And I was like, it's funny about hate and love. Because as much as some people might say I'm hated, I feel so loved. You feel me? Like the chat niggas, you guys are just the most amazing people ever. You guys fucking support me so much. It's ridiculous. Do I get a lot of hate? Absolutely. Do I deserve it? I don't know. Maybe sometimes. But I do believe it's mostly because of my music choice. Like people don't like that. Like, the fuck? What do you think about like fucking pushing Oz and what the fuck? Get out of here. Anyway. So Blue's Clues at 1.5 million the first week on YouTube. I didn't want to play some of the review videos, some salute to all the reaction channels and all of that. Thank you for reacting to my video recently. We didn't get to do it. My man, who I fuck with heavy, his name is Zeus. I think I'm saying his name right. He was in New York. He said he was going to react to it too. He wanted me to be in the video. We didn't get to do that. He had meetings and I had other engagement. I hope he does still react to my Blue's Clues videos, but he did throw me on his Spotify playlist. For that, I thank him. I would like to watch a couple of videos if I have time, but let me get on to a couple of things. I don't want to make the whole stream about me and fucking some parody rapper. But still, in terms of numbers, if you guys are wondering, you have some early numbers. This is until Wednesday night. So like I got numbers, like when you put shit up, you can get numbers pretty quick. We have about I think 600,000, 600,000 or 700,000 streams on the official platforms, on the iTunes, the Spotify's, the Tidals, Pandora, Google, all those things. We have about 600,000 there. We have 1.5 almost on my official video. I thank you guys for that so much. You guys are so really appreciative of that. My goal was 1 million in a week. We hit 1 million in 2 days. And I mean, what could I do? Just thank you guys. For the people who did win the giveaways, my mods are like making sure, get proof and all that. Trust me, you will get your gift cards and stuff. What else? Oh, we sold how much? It's like 4,000 singles. We sold about 4,000 singles, which honestly is really dope. If it was an album, I could tell you off the rip. If the single was an album, of course, it's not counted as an album. It's not an album. If it was an album, we would be around that 10, 15,000 like sold first week, just off streams plus sales from all these different outlets, just off the single shit. It tells me that we could do what we want. And also big man said you're in fucking trouble. But it tells us that we are doing well, we are exceeding expectation. Any advice you guys have for me or whatever, I would love to hear any feedback. Thank you guys for rocking out with it so much. I do want to also mention, this has been big to me because releasing a song by myself, I released it through TrueCore. There's 0 people affiliated with it, no one pushing it. It's literally me and y'all. And I want to, this is the difference between everybody else. I learned an important lesson this week about streaming too, because we charted on iTunes. We were at number 43 on the hip hop iTunes chart, 43, right behind Tekashi's Gotti. But we never really charted in the top 100. I think it was like 2 something. But we didn't chart in the top 100 of streaming, because these days streaming is solely ran by playlist. And again, I don't want to accuse anyone of payola. Again, most of it is connections and all that type of stuff. It's the reason when artists come to New York, they might do Breakfast Club. Whenever their show was on, they would come there, but they would tell you, I'm going to Spotify and I'm going to Apple. I'm going to Tidal too, because they want to get added to playlists. When you get added to playlists, those are like millions of streams. Literally, people, for them to find my song, they couldn't find it in one of the Apple playlists or Spotify playlists that's ran by Spotify and Apple people, but like labels, like look at any of these streaming joints. J. Cole has 10 songs in there. You know why? His label made sure that happened. Look at even 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine is on a label if you don't know. He has his songs in there because his label made that happen. Again, mine isn't there. So you might look at it to say, wait, you have 1.5 million views on your YouTube video. Yeah, I do good on YouTube. But streaming wise, I'm not at 1 million yet because I'm not in any main playlist. I did hit up one of the guys who runs one of them and said, yo, it's kind of parody. We don't know if you can do it. And I said, no, sorry. No, fortunately not. But just to let you know, without playlist support, and I'm doing this to give you a cumulative look on the numbers type of thing. Without playlist support, my single, if it was an album, it's counted differently because it's a single. It would have sold, I'm just projecting one last day. It would have sold about, I want to say, 14 to 15,000 first week if it was a album. This is without playlist support. If we had playlist support, which of course I probably would have to sign to a label for that, truth be told, or really give niggas the bag. Like, yeah, it is 20 grand. Right? I don't know. I'm not accusing niggas of paying a little bit. I don't know how that works. It's new radio. But if I had playlist support, we'd probably shoot all the way up to 25,000 first week. Okay. And again, I'm converting what a single is to an album. So I'm assuming everybody who bought the single would have bought an album. Okay, so I might be incorrect in that, whatever. But that is the projection, and that's what we would have done without what we have done without playlist support, and that's what we would have done with it. Again, the labels and the streaming services, they work very closely together these days to make sure that their songs are placed towards the top and they get millions of views. I don't have those connections, and I could pay for it, but I don't know. It is deciding the price, but it might be expensive, so I don't know. It might be broke. Anyway, so pretty much all I'm saying to you is that I did Vic Mensa's numbers with a single. If my single was an album, I pretty much did better than his numbers without playlist. I don't have Rock Nation who dumped $1 million into me. I don't have anybody else who's sweetening and, yo, favor for favor. You don't know how Vic Mensa got up to Everyday Struggle? There's a Rock Nation rep who was pitching us every single person on the roster because they have those connects. And Complex was so fucking just hyped by that. They're almost trying to take everybody. We had to tell them, like, whoa, they offer someone, one nigga, I don't even want to say his name because he might get offended. He was like, yo, who is this nigga? I was like, oh, Rock Nation said we could have him if we do him. We're like, what the fuck? We don't want to talk to this nigga. So anyway, I say all that to say to you guys, I'm super happy for you guys. Also to update you, and I said this on Instagram, which is true, I got 2 people who offered me a deal. I will not mention the labels. I will say one is affiliated with Drake and Nicki. It's not Cash Money. They offered me a deal, and they want to sit and speak and try to work some shit out. And they give me a host. They're like, "Oh, we know you don't fuck with labels, blah blah blah." And I had another offer as well. If you're wondering how I'm taking this, one of the things that I hated being a person who was an avid fan who came from mama's basement to being a prominent voice in rap is that artists or whoever felt they could sun me in saying, you've never done this. You've never put out a record. You don't know how this works. I'm learning because I'm putting out a record. So now when I get to let my nuts hang, when you tell me this, that, and the third, I can say, no, nigga, I've done this shit. I've put out a record that sold this amount. And I knew who exactly was offering what deal. I knew exactly why it didn't go as much as it did because I'm looking at all of it. Trust me, if Skip Bayless right now could go play like a couple seasons in the current NBA, that nigga would talk much different about the NBA. This boosts my commentary. I'm never abandoning commentary, but it boosts it in the sense of I know what's going on now. I know the games that's being played. You get me? And I do believe it's an overall blessing because it gives me the insight that I would have never had. I've in the last 18 months, I've started to talk to some industry people. They've leaked information to me, or they've given me the insight of how stuff works. But you're right, it's different when you're putting stuff out. And niggas used to come out and be like, "Oh yeah, but wait, what have you done?" You see, everybody has these little fake accolades. Oh, I used to air dart for this label. I used to do this. Fuck your fucking label. Now I get to say to everybody, nigga, you can't tell me you used to do shit I did myself. Oh no, you had unrealistic expectations. No. I used to no, fuck that you worked at a label, nigga. I put a record out myself. It's put out on DJ Akademiks LLC, and I'm not bragging, but if you've seen Everyday Struggle, that's one of the things people used to do. Like I'm the outsider. He's the outsider of the industry. I could be the outsider to the industry, but I'll create my own shit. I'll put my own record out. And when my record is doing marginally better than a lot of you niggas, now I need to ask you niggas some different questions because I did it. And when I did it without a label, now why can't you do it with a label? I can't wait to have that discussion with all of these rappers. I can't wait. I have a whole different perspective. Because if I did it, and I see some of you niggas with 5 million followers and nothing is moving, I need to have a conversation with y'all. When I do have that conversation, it's going to be long. Anyway, moving past that. This is not all about me. What else did I miss? I want to quickly address, and I am going to cover it. I see a lot of YouTubers stay away from this. I was busy, that's what I didn't do, but watch everybody go do it now. The Rollo story. Rollo is a very interesting individual. I like Rollo. Rollo has been arrested, indicted actually, for moving drugs. They believe he has used his private transportation in the form of airlines and cars and other things to move marijuana across the country for the excess of $2 million. I didn't know, like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm watching Narcos again. I've been watching with Angelica. She's never seen it. She's in love with it now. But we've been watching that. And while watching that, it just looks like coke. And even when I watch Breaking Bad with meth, it looked like those things are just much more profitable than weed. You feel me? So to hear that Rollo got caught up on weed, I'm like, I had to think for a second. I don't smoke, by the way, if you don't know. How much is $2 million in weed? Could that be just for his personal use? Because sometimes the cops, I've seen it, because I've done reports on it, cops will lock a nigga up. The cops will lock a nigga up, and when they lock a nigga up, they said, "Oh, we're locking him up for possession and intent to distribute." I'm like, what? That nigga worth millions. Why would he want to distribute? But it's not that they are going to sell drugs. It's just that rich niggas, just like, you know, like I remember Fat Joe once said, he said, nigga, I buy like 1,000 Air Force Ones. I don't buy like 5. I buy 1,000 of them. Like, or he said, I buy like 1 million white tees. I think T.I. said that once. People buy stuff in bulk a lot of times. Maybe all the stuff they caught Rollo with, that nigga's plan to smoke. He wasn't trying to sell. I don't know. Again, I wish him the best. But there are tons of interviews, and this is the thing about the internet. Stop convincing the internet that you're real, because there's so many interviews, and I don't know if Vlad will take them down or whatever, but shit, I was looking into some stuff because I was like, I might do a report on it, but I want to be really armed with the information. I watched an interview with him. That nigga was spelling out how much money he was making in the drug game, and I was like, this can't be real. And I was saying that this can't be real because I was hoping that he was just saying it for an interview, not saying it because it was a fact. And I see this arrest, and I'm like, whoa, that interview's used in court. They're going to use that in court. Because you describe really why they're arresting you. You know what I mean? Like, I was always thinking, like, yo, if Rollo's telling the truth, why nobody arrested him yet? He must really pass the statute of limitations. Looks like it's not. Which also then complicates it because he was online, like, really complaining or just mentioning that, hey, the cops keep stopping me at every airport. Yeah, because you're under federal investigation for transporting a lot of narcotics. You know what I mean? Like, shit. somebody got to slip my man Rollo a fucking Netflix account that he could watch Narcos. They wasn't bringing that shit on no airplanes. Them niggas had fucking pilots flying from fucking, like, they hired some of them speed pilots from Miami to fly from Cuba to Miami. And that's how they rocked out. Like, they were keeping really low key. You get me? Really low key. But I send my best wishes to him, and I hope everything works out. Again, I'm not here sitting here like, yes. I mean, he was very entertaining on Instagram. And also, truthfully, he was very respectful of me. And while I do my reporting, and I plan to do my job like I will on anybody, even Tekashi. Trust me, I do my job. I will be respectful of him, with him, but also just delivering what is the facts. So, sad story. Anyway, what else did I talk about? Post Malone, y'all here to listen to that? Post Malone, we could address something else, or should I just like play Post Malone's album? Thank you guys for coming here. I'm really flattered every time you guys come here. I hope I give you clarity on things surrounding me and things you want my input on. By the way, I will tell you this: it's up in the air with me. Just to be honest with you guys, I didn't even everybody struggle update. It's like decision time with them almost. I've had my lawyer talking to them. I've talked to Joe as well, and you know what I mean. Also talk to my family and trying to figure out what's the best move for me. I know you guys look. Oh, I'll talk about XXL after. Don't worry. I know you guys look at things differently, but you know what I mean. I always try to give you guys the whole truth, nothing but the truth. But you know what I mean. I can't operate like how other people operate. I love Joe. I can't operate like how he operates. I know a lot of y'all say I don't do everyday struggle. Again, y'all want me to say fuck Complex. No, that's not the case. I have multiple shows that Complex would love to pick up, multiple ideas that I think will be dope, multiple things that I'm trying to position myself in different, you know what I mean? And again, I'm talking to my core audience, but I know this is elsewhere, but I hope you guys see growth. You know what I mean? Some of the silliest things I see online is like, oh, back to YouTube for Akademiks. You should realize I've been expanded while still remaining on YouTube. You get me? Whether it's shows, whether it's music or whatever, I'm trying to expand. My way will not be other people's way. I'm on a different path. I'm never going to be anyone else. I will tell you this, my priority, and I've told my lawyer and shit, whatever is that, I want me and Joe to eventually do something together in terms of everyday struggle. If they want me to continue there and be premier personality that's carrying that brand, things would have to be a certain way contractually for me. Contractually. And am I asking for a lot? Yeah. I'm sorry. I at this point, you know what I mean? I know what I'm worth and all that, but also I know all the opportunities that's coming to me. I have other shows lined up elsewhere that if I do everyday show, that's not the only thing I'm going to do. In the next 8 to 12 months, I have 2 other shows that are not with Complex that I plan launching off that I hope become successful, and I hope you guys support. Whenever the ink dries on those, I will announce it. And one of them I think y'all gonna love. Y'all will love. And I will tell you this. The beauty of my Twitch stream here, there's so many ideas that build out from my stream. You guys will see shows that I end up developing and quote unquote creating. And I wish I had like an official, not chat nigga name for you guys that I can give you guys also co-creator credit on. But like you guys are creating shows like what we're doing here and what we've done in the past, whether y'all know what the fuck we've been into. Their shows. They're to come. Complex is a possible business partner there. So even if I never did everyday struggle again, I can't go out here and say fuck Complex unless I'm willing to say me and them business wise will never collaborate, even on other ventures. But I do have another dope show. I'm so excited for it. I'm gonna give Complex a look at it and see. Just this is business stuff. I'm gonna tell you. I'll see what offer they present me if they want to pick it up, and I think that would be dope. That would be so dope. Trust me. I can't say too much. I can't say too much. All right, but those are things to come. So with Everyday Struggle, we will figure out whether or not I continue Everyday Struggle. So in the cases I do or the case I don't, one of the things I've told my lawyer, one of the things I've told Complex and anyone else is that if Joe isn't back and say I do it, I have to have the contractual verbiage that says I could do another show with him anywhere I want. So I'm dealing with these things now. But Complex, if you're wondering, I see a lot of people who say like Everyday Struggle is canceled. It's not canceled, but they are waiting for me. They're waiting for me to see if I will do it. Well, I guess it's canceled. I don't know. Yeah. Whatever. All right, but that's that. Love to the Deska. Love to my whole crew. I want to salute to them because you guys, when I come in hennied up, you guys are always there to hold me down, and that means a lot to me. And I am thinking about you guys as well because I don't know if you guys know how a show goes. I'm one piece of the puzzle. There's multiple other people behind the scenes, and while talent is very important, I am just as important as my mic man, my producer, my associate producer, my PAs, camera operators, and everybody else. I really appreciate that. Anyway, let's talk about the XXL list, and then we can talk about NBA Youngboy if you want. The XXL list is a mess. And I think I just got a text about it. What if I want to just go in? Okay. I don't know if I want to. Hold up. Okay. Yeah, I just got someone else who wants to talk to me about the XXL freshman list, and this is someone very connected. They hit me up and they said, I won't tell you exactly what they said, but they're like, we should talk about it tomorrow. But again, it leads me to the point I was making. The XXL list is flawed. This year is the year. It's so obvious that the politics has taken the list over where you can't even think it's real anymore. What the list became, and I can't remember what year it was, when the list became such a staple, it became this thing that was almost like an award show where people would almost like look at these 10 selected people as they're the ones, where labels would be doing anything possible trying to get their people on the list. Whether like, and I mean literally, labels do this. Oh, you want them to do a bunch of interviews? You want them to tweet out this? You want them to do this? You want them to show up to your things for this? Whatever. We'll do whatever. Will that give him a leg up on the freshman list? They say yes. The labels say fine. We're canceling all this other shit. They're doing your shit, and that's gonna be natural as you get bigger in any type of media or whatever. And XXL's been around for a long time, so I don't want to act like I'm telling them what they should do or how it should have went. But I'm just recapping how it went. But once it got to that point, where they started pretty much becoming the magazine that presented that list, as opposed to that list is presented by us. They started chasing, in my opinion, money in all shapes and forms from that list. And that got them into a lot of hot water. That got them into a lot of things that would compromise the integrity. You see, I've always touted that I don't take money for people to like do videos and stuff like that. I don't take money in terms of promotion. I know a lot of people say, oh, you promote 6ix9ine. I've never taken $1 from 6ix9ine's label to promote 6ix9ine. Never. Never taken $1. But am I opposed to it? By the way, a lot of people do. I've talked to other people who have taken whatever, and it's not only labels, but even like a lot of blogs, they take money for promotion or whatever, and nothing wrong with what they do. I just always had the simple motto. If your opinion could, and really, I guess it came down to my commentary, right? Because I guess an Instagram post is an Instagram post. You know what I mean? Like, niggas post bullshit all day on Instagram anyway. Like, I'll post a picture of Cardi B's belly, and nobody will give me nothing, right? So if somebody gives you like, oh, let me give you 10 grand to post this, why not, right? But fuck the Instagram. Instagram or additional platforms, Twitter or additional platforms. Well, Twitter a little bit more personal because I've duped my opinion on Twitter. On Instagram, my main Instagram, all I do is ask questions. Yeah, I know. But on YouTube, I not only deliver the news, but I give my own opinion. And I've always had the opinion that said, if your opinion could be bought, you don't matter. So it's always, labels have offered me whatever to, yo, could you put this on your channel or whatever? And I'm like, no, it's not up for debate. Despite the amount of money, I told you guys I got offered 25 grand before and I turned it down. Now 25 grand for some of you guys, and not talking down to y'all, 25 grand for some of you guys, as you might be in college, that might be a whole yearly check. And for me, for something that I could have done like over in the span of a week, I said no. The reason I said no is that the minute they say Akademiks is criticizing Cardi B for using writers, or Akademiks is calling Tekashi a dumbass for having a shootout, or the Akademiks is calling out Drake for a ghostwriter, the minute they feel, or not feel, when they know they could buy your opinion, the minute they could throw some money at you and you shut the fuck up, or throw some money at you and you change your mind, you don't matter in this shit. You don't matter. Because the people gonna see through that. Like, oh, okay. It's the money. It's the money. So I've never done that, and I don't have a problem with people who do. And now I have a problem with people who do take money in general, because that's how advertising goes. World Star takes money from niggas. Like, yo, if you want, and there's nothing wrong with it. I actually like that business model. Yo, you want to fucking post up here, nigga? Give us this amount of money to get it cracking. Okay. World Star isn't giving their opinion. I feel like I'm an influencer. I'm giving my opinion. So I can't really do that, especially on YouTube. But anyway, Double XL became the place where these big like sponsors started saying, whoa, you're getting ridiculous traffic. And this is how the Grammys and every award show works. Whoa, Super Bowl, everything. Whoa, you're telling me you could bring 100 million people to watch a football game? I don't even know how much. It's probably more than 100 million. Probably like 400 million, right? But it's only 300 million US. Anyway, whatever amount of people to watch football game. Sponsors are saying, all right, cool, we'll give you $5 million for 30 seconds commercial. You know what that money does to people, bro? You got to realize, no matter what corporation we're talking about, money is the thing. Again, I am still hoping to work on future business endeavors if they act right with Complex. So I won't speak on certain shit, but I heard Joe speak on certain shit with them. Yeah, when a nigga come to you with $1 million check, yeah, they almost tell you what you could do. We had fights about that to say, hey, you can edit what you want to edit as long as we approve it. But I don't care if Spotify is giving you a check. If I think Spotify is trash compared to Apple Music, I won't not say it because we're getting a check. Yeah, you can edit me saying that out, but don't change my words and say it's good.
Yeah, you would.
But that's how these media corporations are run.
You're a liar.
You're getting the bag. You're getting the bag. XXL is getting the bag for the freshman list. The people who will promote around it are given the bag. So when they get the bag from, let's say, a Pepsi, a Coca-Cola, a Colgate, a fucking just whatever, Sony, and their product is this freshman list, if the sponsor comes back to you, and trust me, I know this all too well, and go back to Joe's podcast, that's what he was kind of explaining. When the sponsors come back to you and say, whoa, we have this one clause to say it's a moral clause. We're giving you $4 million to advertise with your freshman list. But this clause says any individual you have on it that might be convicted or there's serious proof that they have done certain things, we could get our money back. You have a moral dilemma at that point. Because you know what happened? The new artists now, they're all involved in some fuckery. And I believe last year was a straw that broke the camel's back. This is me talking. This is zero information given to me. Okay? I am looking, and I've seen a comment, I'm going to respond to it in a second. I'm in the belief that when XXL put X on the freshman list last year, the sponsors, but the check was already cashed. Trust me, the check was already cashed. Because when X came out of jail, oh, whatever, oh, she's crazy, look at me now. The only big thing was that X was beefing with Drake. A lot of the details about his case came out afterwards. The check is already cashed, nigga. The list is out. We got the money. But to make sure we were safe, we already told y'all that the fans would pick a spot. The fans didn't pick X. Well, by the way, they would have picked X. He was that high. But you picked him. There is no 10th spot. I've been saying that. It's politics as usual. But in those contracts that they have with the sponsors, to say the 9 people will pick, they probably have some loophole to say, you can't get the money back if we didn't pick him. The fans picked him. So what if, because these are things that happens. Niggas will cut you a check, and if the contract says whatever, they'll come back, oh, no, give us our check back. Whoa, you had X, give us our check back, nigga. No, we didn't pick X. Contract says the people we picked. We didn't pick X. The people picked X. I think that was it. The news and and just the atmosphere around X's name since then, I can tell you this as a fact because I know his record label were getting fucking killed for signing him for $6 million. They were getting killed. They were getting killed. And by the way, that's why recently with his album doing so well, they're finally having a sigh of relief because they were getting killed so much that the only thing could make sense is this nigga doing out the gates crazy fucking numbers that you did. So it makes the person look like a genius to say, look, that's why, by the way, I spill it all. That's why X is all positive now. X ain't trying to beef for nobody. He ain't trying to beef for a fucking fly. Let's keep it all positive right now. The numbers come back as good. He's not beef with no one. He's keeping cool. Label don't want him to do nothing. But back to XXL. I believe this year, the sponsors know what's up. My nigga, you're not gonna fucking tell us you're gonna 10 spot pick NBA YoungBoy, nigga. Fuck out of here. We saw the video. Stop it.
All right, enough of this.
You're not gonna tell us you're gonna 10
We're gonna get to some real
Tekashi
stuff in a minute on my page.
Stop it. No way.